AITA for hiring a private detective who exposed some family secrets. I'm 29, and I've always been curious about my family history, especially because I have a German last name, Schmidt, which stands out in my mostly non-German family. My parents were vague about our heritage, especially when it came to my grandfather, who they said served in World War II, but died before I was born. All I knew was that he was a soldier, and there were no photos or stories shared, just a name, let's just call him Hans Schmidt, and a few old medals in a box in the attic. I've always felt a gap in my identity, so I decided to dig deeper. Last year, I hired a private detective to research my grandfather's past. I wasn't expecting much, just hoping for some military records or maybe a photo. The detective was thorough, and after a few months, they delivered a bombshell report. Turns out, my grandfather wasn't just a soldier, he was a German immigrant who served in the US Army during World War II. But here's the kicker, he had a whole other family in Germany before he came to the US. The detective found records of a wife and 2 kids he left behind in 1946, and there's evidence he never told my grandmother or anyone in our family about them. I was shocked, but also felt a mix of excitement and guilt. I'd uncovered half-siblings of my dad's that no one knew about. I shared the report with my parents, thinking they'd want to know. Big mistake. My dad was furious, saying I'd dug up dirt on his father and tainted his memory. My mom accused me of betraying the family by airing dirty laundry. They both said I should have left the past alone and that hiring a detective was invasive and disrespectful. My older sister agrees with them, calling me an R for stirring up drama without considering how it'd affect everyone. On the other hand, I feel like I had a right to know about my heritage, especially since no one would tell me anything. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone, I just wanted to understand where I came from. Now my family barely talks to me, and I'm left wondering if I went too far. AITA for hiring the detective and sharing what I found. Update, 8 months later. It's been 8 months since my original post, and things have shifted a lot. First off, thanks to everyone who weighed in. The mix of support and criticism helped me see this from different angles. After the fallout with my family, I took a step back to let things cool off. I stopped bringing up the detective's findings, but I couldn't stop thinking about the family in Germany. I did some more research on my own, no detective this time, and found out that my grandfather's German children, my dad's half-siblings, are still alive, now in their late 70s. With the help of a translator, I reached out to one of them, a woman named Elke, via a carefully worded letter. To my surprise, she responded warmly. She knew about her father's move to the US but had no idea he'd started another family. We've been emailing, and it's been emotional learning about this whole other branch of my family. I haven't told my parents about this contact yet, it feels too soon. As for my family here, things are slowly improving. I had a heart-to-heart with my dad a few months ago. I apologized for how I handled sharing the news but explained that I felt shut out of our family history. He admitted he was embarrassed and hurt by the secrets but also that he'd been taught never to question his father's past. We're not fully back to normal, but he's starting to open up about his dad's stories, which is a start. My mom's still upset but less vocal about it. My sister, though, still thinks I was wrong and refuses to talk about it. I don't regret hiring the detective because it helped me connect with my heritage and find family I didn't know existed. But I wish I'd been more thoughtful about how I shared the info. I'm planning to visit Germany next year to meet Elke in person, and I hope my dad will come around to learning more about his half-siblings someday. AITA still. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to make things right while staying true to my need to know my roots.